Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Clutter. I'm your host, Margo, a professional organizer specializing in chronic clutter. And today's episode is conveniently titled, How to Create a Decluttering Plan for 2025. So today I want to teach you a very simple 3-step system to creating your decluttering plan. Whether you love organization or hate it, having a decluttering plan will keep you focused. And not only focused, but also actually seeing results and seeing progress. This is the same exact blueprint that I teach all of my one-on-one clients. And it is so effective. Having a decluttering plan eliminates fatigue, it decreases stress and overwhelm, and yes, can even help you if you are a chronic procrastinator. Not having a plan, and maybe you can relate to this, right? Maybe this is something you've experienced when it comes to decluttering or just in other areas of your home. Not having a plan, not having a to-do list, not having a schedule, it kind of keeps us overwhelmed and all over the place, right? Maybe you're somebody who has started projects all over the house and kind of left them unfinished. It's like you start one thing and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do next, or third or fourth or fifth? And the decision fatigue is so overwhelming that it tends to lend itself to procrastination. So I am a firm believer in planning, time management, organization is my superpower. So I want to teach you how to create a decluttering plan. These steps are super easy, okay? So if you're someone like Margo, I'm not very good at organization, don't even sweat it. Do not even sweat it, girl. This is going to be so simple, so easy to follow, seamless. You're going to be able to do it. And most importantly, it's going to keep you motivated and it's going to keep you working and seeing results, seeing that clutter disappear, finally leave your home. So we're going to jump right into step 1. So the first thing that you do before you do anything, before you roll up your sleeves, before you take any action, right? This is a decluttering plan. So you're not doing anything yet. You're simply creating a plan that is tailored to you, your lifestyle, and your home. So step 1 is to identify all areas of clutter. Now, I know at this point you're like, Margo, I'm going to stop listening to your podcast. What the heck do you mean you want me to identify all areas of clutter? My entire home has clutter. Okay, that's not good enough. Okay, so this first step might make you go, unpleasant, right? But I promise, just stick with me. It's going to get easier. So you're going to first identify all areas of clutter. So when we take in the big picture, all of the clutter, it can feel very, very overwhelming. And that is totally normal. Maybe you're somebody who looks around your home and you're like, shoot, it will probably be easier if we just move and leave all this stuff behind. This first step might feel a smidge stressful, but it's so important. And I promise this is the first and last time you'll have to take your entire space in one big bite. So this is how you're going to do it. You're going to grab a pen and a piece of paper or the notes section of your phone, and you're going to walk around your space, writing down all areas of clutter. Now, when I say this, I mean rooms, so big spaces. I wouldn't say like cabinets or anything along those lines. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But in general, you're labeling rooms. So I like to do the walkthrough when I'm working with clients and we're identifying areas of clutter. I want you to treat your home as if you are a realtor showing your apartment. So how would you go about doing this? So you would start in your entryway, right? You open your front door, you start at your entryway, and you're going to go room by room, and you're going to simply write down areas of clutter. So this will be your kitchen, your entryway, your bedroom, maybe a closet, your attic, your living room, your dining room, your kids' room, et cetera, right? Big spaces. Write it all down. Maybe put on some hype music. You can do this. Right? Deep breaths. I understand it's overwhelming because you're going to be like, oh my God, Margo, the whole house has clutter. Okay. I don't want you to skip this step. I don't want you to sit on your couch and make this list. I want you to reconnect to your home. You are in control. You are a powerful, amazing woman. You are in control of your home. Your home is not, I'm going to say it again, your home is not in control of you. Inanimate objects with no soul, no life are not in control of you. You are in control. So I want you to reconnect back, get acquainted with your home. So you're going to do the walkthrough. Okay? Deep breaths. Once you're done, you're going to take a look at your list. Okay, so it'll have anywhere between 5 and maybe 10 items, maybe even less, right? Depending on the size of your space. Now what you're going to do is you're going to label each area, so for example, your kitchen, on a scale from 1 to 3. 1 being, oh my God, I must declutter this. These are your eye twitch areas. They're super important. So all you're doing here is prioritizing. Again, no overwhelm. You're not actually doing any work, right? This is just you, a pen, and a piece of paper. I'm just saying, okay? Low stress. You're going to go through the spaces and you're going to, next to each space, you're going to label them 1, 2, or 3. 1 is must get done. 2 is, second, runner up. And 3 is I'll get to when I get to it, right? So maybe 3 is like your basement or an attic, right? It's not a must have. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Simply label all the areas of clutter 1, 2, or 3. And obviously, you are going to have multiples of 1s, you'll have multiples of 2s, and multiples of 3s. That's completely normal. Now, take a deep breath. You are done with step 1. And we are now going to move on to step 2. So I hope you're still with me. Okay, we did the walkthrough. We prioritized, right? Labeled them 1, 2, or 3. In step 2, you're going to choose one of your 1s. So off of that list, maybe you had your kitchen was a 1, your master bedroom was a 1, and maybe your bathroom was a 1. You're going to just choose one of those areas, not all of them, just one. So let's say you selected the kitchen. So you're going to take out a new piece of paper or a new note on your phone, and on top of it, you're going to write down kitchen. And no, you're not taking in the big picture of the kitchen because that is very overwhelming. I'm all about stress-free decluttering, okay? Stress-free. So we're going to work on what I call bite-sized decluttering. So what you're going to do is you're going to break apart the space that you selected, so we'll do an example together, into smaller, more manageable areas. And this is what I call bite-sized decluttering. So let's do an example together. Let's say you have decided to be super brave and tackle your kitchen, right? You can break up your kitchen into, let's say, countertops, cabinets, drawers, the table, the fridge, the freezer, the pantry. You can get even more specific if you would like. Your utensil drawer, the junk drawer, the top cabinets, the lower cabinets, right? You can even do categories of items, whatever works best for you. So basically what you're doing, you're taking this big overwhelming space, like your kitchen or your bedroom and your bathroom, whatever, and you're breaking it apart into smaller, more manageable sections. Now, keep in mind, they can be as small as you would like them to be, as small as you are comfortable with, okay? You can even break apart the refrigerator, right? Like shelf 1, shelf 2, shelf 3. This has to cater to you and your lifestyle and your ability to get this done stress-free. Now you're going to pin the list. This is why I prefer that you do it on a piece of paper. You're going to pin the list in the room you will be decluttering. So if you're in the kitchen, pin it to your refrigerator. And this will serve to keep you focused and on schedule. Now, here's something, and I want you to really hear me. Only go one room at a time. One of the best ways to lose motivation and increase procrastination is to hop from one unfinished space to the other, right? Motivation comes out of positive reinforcement. So if you're able to finish your kitchen from start to end, and I'm going to teach you how to do that in a second, you're going to feel so satisfied. That is positive reinforcement. And only then should you move on to your next one and then your next one and then possibly your 2s and your 3s. And you're going to go down the list. Now, we're moving on to step number 3. So I hope you're not finding it terribly overwhelming. Step 3, you're going to create your schedule. Okay. It is not enough to just say, I'm going to declutter my kitchen. It is not enough to just be like, it is not enough to break apart your kitchen into smaller, more manageable decluttering projects. If it's not written down, it's not going to get done. That is a fact. So now we're going to create a simple schedule. This could be daily, every other day, once a week, whatever works best for you. I recommend if you're just starting out, begin with 15-minute increments. This tends to be less overwhelming. You can also set alarms. This helps to keep us on track. And believe me when I say, you will want to go past the clock. Try to choose a time of day that's free of distractions, and you tend to have higher energy levels. We tend to be higher energy earlier in the day. Then pencil in your decluttering, roll up those sleeves, and get started. And again, the schedule can be like, for example, so a good example could be, I'm going to declutter Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. till 9:15. Or I'm going to declutter Wednesday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to, let's say, 11:30. Or I'm just going to declutter every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Select a schedule, select a time frame that works for you. But I always encourage all of my clients to first start small. Don't be like, I'm going to declutter an hour a day, 7 days a week. That's probably not possible. And that's going to negatively impact your schedule because you are not going to be able to stick with that habit. It's going to discourage you, right? That's punishing. And when we are not doing a good job and we don't feel satisfied with ourselves and like we met a goal, guess what? We're going to stop doing it. And as a result, we're going to procrastinate. So we don't want to elicit any negative feelings. You're better off starting with like 15 minutes a week, 2 days a week. And then if you see you're going beyond the 15 minutes, then you can do 30 minutes or maybe you can do 45 minutes. But I'd rather you kind of start shorter, right? And then kind of increase the time frame as your confidence grows. And essentially you just stick to that schedule, right? You can always amend it, like I said. Start small, build that, I call it a decluttering momentum, right? Decluttering is like a muscle, right? You have to kind of build that momentum, build that new habit, right? Build that new skill set, make it part of your routine, right? This is how we essentially build habits, as we make them part of our routine. And then you're just going to go room by room by room. And this is the most effective way to achieve a clutter-free, clean, and tidy home. So I hope you found this helpful. Good luck creating your decluttering schedule. Of course, your decluttering plan. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always message me on Instagram at Be Good to Yourself by Margo. I'm always super happy to hear from you all. Thank you for listening. As always, good luck on your decluttering journey, and remember to be good to yourselves.